The following Divrei Torah are in memory of my mother, my uncle Aaron, and my aunt Bertha. Leilu Nishmat Rachel Bat Yosef Chaim V'gam Aharon Ben Yosef Chaim Ruach Adonai Tanichena B'Gan Eden. The pasuk in Naso states, Naso et Rosh Bnei Gershon Gam Hem Levet Avotam Lemishpechotam. Take a census of the sons of Gershon as well, according to their father's household, according to their families. Parshat Naso begins with a charge for Moshe to take a census and count the children of Gershon who were eligible to do work in the Mishkan. Parshat Naso also seems to be a continuation of the previous parasha, Bamidbar, where the children of Kehath were assigned a specific job of carrying the Aron, the ark, and over there it stated that they also were to be counted. Levi had three sons, Gershon, Kehath, and Merari. Parshat Naso begins where Moshe is told he has to also count the children of Gershon, and then the Parsha states that their job was to carry the curtains and coverings for the Mishkan. The Torah then continues that the children of Merari were to carry the planks, the bars, the pillars, and the sockets. Also, the men between the ages of 30 were eligible to work, and they too were to be counted. The Or Chaim explains that it is not to be viewed that the descendants of the Shevet of Levi were responsible to carry the components of the Mishkan, and they should divide amongst themselves in three ways and split the responsibilities. Each job was its own responsibility, its own unique and special task, and each one had its own attributes and focus that was required. In the earlier census, Moshe was instructed that he was to count all the Leviim based on seniority, and anyone who was above the age of 30 days old was to be counted. In this census, Moshe was instructed to first count the descendants of Kehath because they had the most sacred and holy job to carry the Aron. However, while the other parts of the Mishkan were deemed to be less holy, they were all equally important components, and the job of taking care of them and carrying them were equally important to that of the job of carrying the ark. This is why the Torah is using the word Naso when Moshe is being instructed to count. Literally, the word Naso means to be elevated, to lift up. And then, when the Torah says that the children of Gershon have to be counted, the Torah uses the word Gam Hahem, which means as well. This is to teach us that it is equally important to count the children of Gershon as it is to count the children of Kehat. An appropriate question would be that if Gershon was the firstborn, based on his lineage, his descendants should have the birthright of carrying the most sacred object of the Mishkan, the ark. The Kli Yakar explains that if the descendants of Gershon had been chosen to carry the ark, it would have been distracting from the distinction of the job itself. People would have naturally assumed that the reason they were counted first was because of their seniority, not because they carried the ark. For this reason, the job of carrying the ark was given to the descendants of Kehath. For this reason, the job of carrying the ark was given to the descendants of Kehath. Since they carried the ark, they were counted first, and the eminence of carrying the ark was appropriately recorded. One may think that the Bnei Gershon were less important since they were counted second. In actuality, what they did was they yielded their honor in deference to the honor required to give to the Aron, the ark. Therefore, by being counted second, they were actually being distinguished for their high level of respect that they had for the Aron, the ark. As such, their status was elevated by what they gave up. We learn from the words Gam Hem in this pasuk that our essence is not defined by the jobs that we do. Our essence is defined by what motivates us to do our job, our alacrity in doing our job, and the way we complete the tasks that we're supposed to do. This is our essence. We should apply this in matters of spirituality as follows. When Hashem presents us with an opportunity to do a mitzvah, don't pass up on it saying, no, my status requires me that I should do a more respectful mitzvah. I'd rather do a bigger mitzvah. No. Don't underestimate the power of an opportunity to do a mitzvah. Hashem is judging you based on the excitement and the effort and the motivation that's used when you're doing the mitzvah. If everyone performs mitzvot for the sole purpose of elevating the respect of Shamayim and elevating the holiness and sanctity of the name of Hashem, then you are considered praiseworthy.